let loose.
Let loose. Got to let loose.
It is another episode of a Candle Coven catch-up.
A CCC.
Which is,
Triple C.
Yeah, it's actually a quad C. Candle Coven Nope, that would be 3 C's. That would be 3.
Have some Diet Coke.
Yep. I ordered these from the McCafe.
And then a DoorDash did bring it to us.
Yep. So sometimes you just have to have what you have to have. And for me, it was these Diet Cokes.
I feel like they're smaller than they used to be.
I'm sure that's true.
Right?
Yeah, this is a large. I feel like the larges used to be like bigger up here. They had like a smaller bottom.
Yeah,
and
like I feel like these are easier to hold than they have been
maybe
previously.
We just got older.
Maybe I have stronger hands.
My hands haven't grown since I was in like middle school.
No.
So.
Amongst other things.
Yeah.
You just small.
Whatever. Yeah, so today
I like your sweatshirt.
Thank you. I like your green poofy
my fleeps
ensemble, and I like your glasses.
Thank
you.
I
like this indoor glasses era that you're having right now.
You know what? It does help with the lights.
Right?
It does feel it helps.
Sometimes it's a lot, even especially with like the computers and everything.
Oh. I'm so straining all the time.
So like I usually am too, obviously, but I don't really get like headaches from it, but I have been getting such bad headaches.
Yeah, you have. Like immediately when you wake up, you're like, I have a headache. And
I woke up with a migraine the other day, and I think it's allergies.
Yeah, these geese are pretty bad. These geese.
Yeah, we call allergies geese, and we got them.
Got geese.
Got geese. Yes. I've had like a headache like here, and then sometimes it's here, and then it's like here. And then
those are the class. Oh, sorry.
Just like sinus headaches. And then my sister told me that she had headaches yesterday.
Yeah, you guys like have definitely synchronized parallel stuff going on.
Maladies.
Not even that, just like other shit too. You'll like call her and be like, this upset me today. And she was like, me too. It's like all the time.
Weird. We are like 58% related or something. So
yeah, but you're also like, it's not even that. Like you're just like similar.
Yeah, we really are.
It's very cute.
Maybe we're connected cosmically.
You guys are precious.
Thank you.
I love your sister.
I love her too. So yeah, what was I talking about? Spring?
I literally
allergies.
Your sweatshirt.
Oh, thank you. I love this woman.
I really love that woman.
Yeah,
it's a bit of you.
She's just fabulous. Like it's just this.
She looks a little bit like Kate Winslet.
She's like a Monroe piercing.
Yeah, she's like so hot.
I love
she has
like
diamond pupils, Jocelyn.
She's rad. She's a beautiful,
iconic.
She's a beautiful woman.
Her cards say J and A. That's our initial.
That's our name.
That's our name. Cosmic.
Jack and Ace.
Oh, Jack and Ace.
Yeah.
Jace.
That's like an alternate version of us. Is
the
Jack and Ace?
Gay duo.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, that's like my alter ego is Jacqueline Draw.
It feels so weird.
It's like not the opposite, but like
another dimension.
Wario version of me. Wait, what's the Wario Alana?
Alana Mosney.
Yeah.
Or Monsey. I don't know why people like cannot say my name.
Your maiden name?
No, my first name.
Oh, Alaina.
How it's spelled, like people like when they see it, they forget all the rules of letters.
They're like Aliana.
Yeah, I'm like that's it. It sounds how it looks.
When people see your name, there's a lot of vowels and like they just get like really creative.
Like my sister picked my name out.
Yeah.
I think she discovered a string of letters that like breaks your simulation for like a second. People are just like they malfunction. They like, for a second.
And there's plenty of people with the same spelling as your name. It's not like
I know it's not like
it's not like common, but it's not irregular.
We're not on keychains, but we were on a season of American Idol.
Okay, that's true. I've never been on a keychain. Maybe I am now. Maybe they have Jocelyn keychains now. But when I was growing up,
they definitely have it in the UK. I bet.
Probably a little more common
for guys too.
Yeah, no, not anymore.
Well, wasn't it? It's Cara Delevingne's grandfather's name, and he's a sir.
It was a male's name typically used for men.
So I do call you Sir Jocelyn sometimes.
Fair,
Jocelyn.
Gender is a construct, so sometimes I'm a sir.
So is the monarchy.
Exactly. Sometimes I'm a lord.
They uphold each other.
Yes, they do.
Isn't that funny?
Mm-hmm. But Cara's name is Cara Jocelyn Delevingne.
That's right.
I know all the Jocelyns.
You keep a record.
Yeah. Well, I
Or
mean,
you're like slayers. You all know each other.
do you like do the same when you know people with your same spelling of your name?
It's
The girl from Morbid is Alaina.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Spelled the same as
yeah,
you.
it is. It's. I rarely see it.
Can you imagine that it's just in podcasting, all those Alainas come out?
It's just like a.
They're like, we
familial trait.
have to get the spelling of our name out there. It's
Justice
enough is
for
enough.
the triple A's.
Whenever
The A heavy Alaina.
right? I know. Whenever we used to like get in Ubers or whatever, they'd be like, Aliana.
Like, girl.
You get Alana sometimes too, which is
That
just
is my
a
alter
different
ego.
name.
Yeah.
That is just a different, it has such a different vibe.
I'm not an Alana.
No. But sometimes I call you Alana as a joke. It started off as a joke, and then now I just do it on accident all the time.
I feel like it's like a step above my government name. Like,
yeah,
if
I'm like,
being
Alana.
naughty, yeah.
It's if you're naughty.
Yeah.
I'm like, Alana.
It's worse than you being like Alaina.
Yeah, no, that's like your alter ego of just like, who's this? It's your Goofus and Gallant's the Goofus to your Gallant.
Wait, what's Goofus and Gallant? I know that sounds familiar.
Wait, you don't know? It's from
Is it those puppets?
no, Goofus and Gallant were in Highlights magazine, I think.
Oh, I do know. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes.
And they were like I bet if we looked back at those, we'd be like, what the fuck?
I know.
They're like, it's basically like, this is how you're supposed to be.
I bet they're
Don't
very
be.
groomy.
I bet they're like perfectionism.
Yeah, it's always like find the difference. And
it's
like the difference is like, this one says you're a big dumb idiot.
And like, it's like basically like, poor Gallant's neurodivergent and needs help.
Right?
I mean, Goofus.
I mean, I feel like all of our cartoons were like duos of one person, one that was neurodivergent and one that wasn't.
Right.
Or they both were, but one was better at masking.
Yeah.
Ren and Stimpy comes
Ren
to
and
mind.
Stimpy, Pinky and the Brain.
Yeah. That's all I got.
You idiot.
We're definitely, should we fall into that category?
Maybe, but you're like, you're not stupid. Like I would be, am I the brain because I'm the little one? You're not stupid.
So, I'm a dumb bitch.
That's Alana.
Alanis Morissette.
Oh my god.
Sometimes I do have like some ditzy moments sometimes.
I
I
love
chalk
that
up
for
to
you.
like not living in the States.
I don't really think that you have. I really don't think you're ditzy at all. I think you're a fucking bitch.
Yeah. And
Like,
people
if
like
I
interpret it as that because I'm like,
if you were to like say like if you could call yourself like a name that's like as close as possible to like what your like the dark sadded part of you is,
Yeah.
like what would you call yourself?
I have one because this is the name that my parents almost named me.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you have like a proper name. I was saying
It's like my inner
I
saboteur.
was saying like if you name call. Okay, I love inner saboteur. Tell me what that is, but also tell me like if you were to like name call yourself, you'd be like that bitch. Like what would you call yourself?
I just say Mosney.
Oh, so like just like
I
your
just go,
last name.
Mosney.
Nice.
It has like a nice feel to it.
I get
But
that.
if I'm like being a bitch to myself, it's Dominique.
So your inner saboteur is Dominique.
But which is like another thing, a part of it, like the etymology of that is Nikita, like the next
oh yes,
row down.
Yeah, she's scary.
La Femme Nikita.
Absolutely horrified.
Remember that?
Yeah, she's a scary bitch.
Yeah, but it's a derivative of Dominique.
Yeah,
Which
definitely.
I was almost named.
Can you imagine if you were like a Nico? Like, what would you have
I
gone
don't know,
by?
I feel like-
oh, your girl's calling
Oh
for
my
you.
God.
Motherhood waits for no one. There you go.
Oh,
There
she's
she
a
is.
woman.
Wait, do you want to know what Molly's other names were?
Yeah.
So before I got Molly, obviously I like knew I was getting her, and I was like coming up with all the different names for her.
Uh-huh.
And she was such a cute. I had like a puppy picture of her.
Oh, she's so cute. Hold on one
And
second.
so I was like coming up with all the different names, and the ones that were like after Molly was like Nutmeg.
Yeah.
I almost named her Nutmeg.
That's so weird. What would you call her? Like Nutty?
I'd probably end up calling her fucking
Meggie?
Megan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
She's
then
not a
I
nutmeg.
also and then Muffin. But
That's
then
not like her
middle name is Muffin.
She's like a woman though. She needs like a woman's
That's why
name.
I was like, she's a Molly. She just
Unbreakable Molly Brown. Is that what's called?
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmalls. Unbreakable Molly. That's Kimmy Schmidt. Unsinkable.
Unsinkable. See? I'm a dumb idiot. I literally don't remember anything.
I stand corrected.
Thank you.
Just kidding.
Don't gaslight me. I'm dumb. Admit it.
The thing is that you're not like dumb.
I'm the Michelle.
No, but it's
I
like,
thought of making them yellow.
but then
okay?
you also. But here's the thing about you is you also did know how to make glue, and that was not a drink.
Right.
Like that's the thing about you is like you'll be like, I don't know. And then all of a sudden you'd be like, carry the one, roll the one by two.
I just need a second, you know?
Yeah, you're very smart.
I have, it takes me a little bit longer to, like, get there, but once it's there, there's a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I find you to be very
That's very
quick-witted.
Nice. Thank you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I'll be the judge of that.
God, you're such an idiot. So anyways, this is the episode where we're going to read an email that's going to prompt us and we're just going to like kind of go from there.
Yeah.
But before we do that, I did want to talk about the candle of the week, which is the Romy French Vanilla Fantasy candle
Ramon.
from the Romy and Michelle collection. And again, this collection has been being burned nonstop ever since it was released.
Nostalgic.
This one is wonderful because I especially like it because it is more of like a gourmand sweet scent, but it's not too sweet.
Yeah.
Because it has floral in there like vanilla orchid.
Yeah.
Which isn't like it's like if vanilla didn't have sugar in it, that kind of thing.
Right,
like
right.
the essence of the vanilla mixed with fig and a little brown sugar.
Yeah.
And it has a really complex musk base. So it's not super like you want to eat it.
No.
It's more like sexy musky sweet, and I find it to be actually a little bit lighter than like your fall and winter sweets.
Definitely.
Great like year round. If you like something
Evergreen.
more vanilla-y, I would say go for this. It's not heavy and cloying.
Like you would want to wear it on your body. It's like that's the type of sweet it is.
Like if you were to like do a comparison of like a cake with like frosting and stuff. This is more of like your angel food cake. Like it's like lighter and then it's
or something you would get at like a patisserie.
Ooh, patisserie.
Like
I love
fancy
that.
take on like
and like still very like wearable as like a personal fragrance kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
totally.
it's a beautiful scent and I think universally enjoyed. It's one of those ones that it's like who doesn't like a vanilla moment?
Oh, yeah. It's a crowd pleaser for
you
sure.
know?
But it's like more complex than that for sure.
Exactly. Anyways, give it a try. And should I read the email?
Yes, please.
Hi, Alaina and Jocelyn. Long time, first time. I noticed you are huge Drag Race fans and would love to know your favorite queens and Drag Race moments. P.S. Do we need drag candles? Love you both. Keep up the great work. XO Michelle.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Michelle. I love that question.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying my name right.
You mean, yeah. Alaina. That's such a great question.
Where do we even begin? Like, it's so jumbled in my head because it's been playing 24 hours a day in our house.
Yes, so our friend Daniel recently was like, did you know that, like, do you have Paramount Plus? And we're like, yes. And he's like, you can, there's like just a station on there that just live TV plays Drag Race 24/7. They speed through the credits and they just
There's no commercials.
There's no commercials. Like, we were like,
like inject it into my veins immediately.
So obviously, since we found that out, that's been like our background noise.
Yeah.
It's my comfort show.
It's everything to me. It means everything to me.
It makes me feel so well.
Yeah.
And so comforted.
Something that you said to me like several months ago made me make a shift in like the content I was consuming. Like
okay.
I was listening to like a lot of political stuff and like
podcasts.
News and whatever. And I was just like angry all the time.
Yeah.
And you were like, you need to like switch up what you're
consuming
because it's like affecting your mental health basically.
Yeah, because it's like the thing of, and this was something I figured out for myself because sometimes I have to shift even if it's something I'm interested in.
Yeah, like a true crime shit. Like sometimes a lot of true crime can really fuck your head up.
Right. I need to I take breaks on and off between like my really like gay Drag Race podcast speaking of, we listen to a lot of Drag Race podcasts because they just make me feel so comforted.
I feel seen because like sometimes on the show there's like I don't agree with like everything that happens.
Yes, and then they'll be like, what were they thinking?
Yeah.
And you're like, thank you.
Yeah.
They understand. Like Alaska gets it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started to realize I was like, and this is something that has come up recently, and I was talking to my sister about it, and I was like, I can be intellectually fine about something that's like emotional and like be self-aware and understand why I feel the way I do. And like I can listen to a politically charged podcast and be interested in it and take it in and think that like this is very upsetting, but not like I'm not gonna let it upset me.
Right.
But that's just simply not true.
You can't like compartmentalize. Even if you think
Your
you're
body
compartmentalizing,
doesn't know the difference, and
it's
your
still like
body,
sending it into flight mode, basically.
yes, and
Like
so
all the information you're taking
exactly,
in.
you're keeping yourself anxious. So sometimes certain content, if you feel like it's bumming you out, just like I'm not saying stop listening to these wonderful podcasts about politics and true crime.
I mean, yeah.
Just make sure
peppering it in.
you're exactly. You have to take care of the body. Doesn't fucking know.
Yeah.
She doesn't know that it's a joke.
It's just an animal.
It's not like it's a joke, but she doesn't know that it's like not happening right now in a vacuum.
Like, you know how I always say, like, how do babies that they put in movies and TV shows know the difference between this experience and like the fact that it's like a movie? Like they can't tell the difference. So it's gonna traumatize them regardless.
Okay, even to further like to your point, I think that actors in general, it can really take a toll on you to be in these mindsets. And
yeah,
they even attribute the death of Heath
I was
Ledger
gonna say
to
Heath Ledger.
what he kind of got himself into as
In
far
a
as
headspace,
preparation
yeah.
for the Joker. And obviously he really got there because and this is not just like posthumously like, wow, he really, we should give him the Oscar. He deserved that Oscar.
Yeah.
It was like one of the first times we saw something that maybe was sort of like tongue in cheek, like, oh, the Batman movie.
Yeah.
And we saw it like be like, wait a minute, this is like
cinema.
Film. Yes. Yeah. And like he really elevated.
He elevated the brand.
And that's like what's kind of started this whole, thing for male actors now kind of doing
the Batman.
Mm-hmm, the Joker,
I mean, because like I didn't really care. Well, I did care about Batman. That's a lie.
Yeah, but
I liked the campiness
it's more
of it.
campy.
Yeah.
Yes, like when I think about
they made it like
Batman Forever, it's got a little more. I mean, all of the villains in Batman Forever are drag queens.
Yeah, big time.
Like Poison Ivy is baby's first drag queen.
Like they're also right. Like we should be rooting for them.
Right.
Like Poison Ivy and Mr. Freeze's causes.
Who am I going to vote for? The people that are like, hi, guess what? We're having a really hard time with global warming. It's coming.
And then also look at this look that I'm serving.
And look at this. Oh, I'm sorry. There's
10s across the board.
Individually glued Ivy pieces to my what?
Yeah.
Fantastic. The lace is melted and laid.
It's incredible.
Mr. Freeze?
Mr. Freeze. He's completely silver.
Yeah. You don't see any skin. The ears are done.
No, unbelievable.
The backs of the hands.
So good.
And then they're like, or the billionaire who's in lieu with the police.
Right. Who like spends billions on these toys that have nipples on them.
No. Mm-mm.
Not for me.
I'm going to go with Poison Ivy, thanks.
Every day. Even Two-Face.
But like Poison Ivy is definitely like a drag look. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And even the first time I ever got one of my friends in drag, Adam.
Yeah.
He wanted to be Poison Ivy for Halloween. And this is like 2007. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Something like
the lost years.
Million years ago.
Yeah.
And I remember just like him coming over with spirit gum and a bag from Michael's. And we just
Michael's?
Yeah, with like the fake ivy.
That's fresh.
Like the
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
And us just like absolutely dying, getting this. I was covered like leaves sticking to our fingers,
awful.
like crying. He ended up looking fantastic.
I know, I saw pictures.
Fantastic for 2000, whatever it was.
Yeah,
not fantastic by today's
standards. This was pre-Drag Race.
Oh yeah, so we didn't know.
No, did we even have like?
We
there was
didn't
not
know.
A single YouTube.
There was no tutorials on
there.
how to put a brow down.
No,
like we
it
just
was
were
still,
like.
Who? Okay, Rupaul. Who?
It was like
from the
going
talk
out
show?
west for the first time.
It was.
It was the Oregon Trail of makeup. Are you gonna ford the river?
You only have 6 brushes left.
Is that what it's called? Fording it? Ford?
Fjord?
Comment below. Fjords are in Sweden?
Schwede.
Anyway, Schwede.
So, give me your top like 3 to 5 favorite drag queen.
This is
from Drag Race.
This is the Sophie's choice.
How do you even? There's so many.
I have to say Katya Zamolodchikova. Because Katya went to my high school and
she feels familial even to me.
Her sense of humor is very Marlborough, Massachusetts.
It's weird.
All the people that I know from there, we're all funny.
And you all have like amazing teeth.
Oh, God bless you.
What is in the water in Marlborough, Massachusetts?
Dr. Sal Zametti, orthodontist. If he's still practicing in Massachusetts, 10 out of 10.
He might keep them on too long,
I think
but
we
he's
have
right.
a lot of fluoride in our water, actually. No, I think
Is
it's
that why
a
you're all like
thing.
fucking crazy?
Yes. We're like, boop,
You're like,
beep, boop.
are these baby teeth? Maybe I'll make a necklace.
Like, we also have like I felt like a large amount of people who were like musically talented.
Yeah,
or
for
like,
some reason it was like the High School Musical of Massachusetts.
It was like everybody was so good. Everybody just, I thought we'd have a very
fantastic
talented
drama
group
program.
of kids, fun group of kids.
Your theater program was like insane, wasn't it?
I think for like a public high school in America, it was pretty robust at the time. It was fun.
At the time.
We had
It's probably worse now.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, I have no idea what's going on. I hope it's good for the
So
kids. It's important.
You were like let's just say that one time when we were
Don't
at a
embarrass
store
me.
in Marlboro, someone came up to us and was like, "Are you Jocelyn Drew?" And I was like, "What the
That was so funny that happened. Like, it was like one of those things where I was like, did I pay them to do it?
Recognized in her hometown.
I don't know. That was crazy. That's
Yeah.
like not something that ever happens. That's like not a thing. It was just like a parent, I think, being funny with me.
No, it wasn't.
It was, yeah, he was just like, I forget who it was. It was like, are you Jocelyn Drew from the plays?
Yeah.
And I was like, I was like newly dating Alaina. So she was like in my hometown and that happened. Like, can you imagine how cool that made me
Yeah,
feel?
that was sick.
I wanted to be like, do I have to slip this guy $100 or something?
I thought you like that was so cool.
And I was like, yeah.
I was like, you're the Leah Michelle of Marlboro.
No, don't.
Just kidding.
I can read Alaina.
Yeah.
I just read that email.
Yeah, I've seen it.
No, but so Katya
Uh-huh.
is one of the ones. And also I love her.
Yeah.
And I'm just a huge fan.
She's so funny.
Yeah, she's such a funny, like just a weirdo.
She is such a weirdo.
Yeah.
But, like,
in the best way.
you know, I love it when queens like Katya, who you might not expect to be like so good at lip syncing the house down boots.
She is.
Like, she really does serve it.
She's also like a contortionist.
Yeah.
Like
she's not even Russian. That's the funniest thing. Is like
I know,
she's just
and
like
I
some
think
Irish guy.
I think like she speaks Russian.
Yeah. Is she? What's the polyglot? Is that the word?
Yeah, when you speak a lot of languages, I think she is.
She's a
very,
clever.
very
She's
smart.
clever, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a smarty. She's wicked smart.
Yeah, she is.
All right, my other two. Well, you know what? My brain just told me, and I think
Is it Alyssa Edwards?
It's Alyssa Edwards. Alyssa Edwards is gold.
Yeah. She would be, if I had to save like 5 people in the apocalypse, she'd be one of them.
Yeah.
She's also
Yep.
a Capricorn. There's something I like a lot of the queens that have the same sign as me, which is like so lame.
Right. But you're not a
But
Capricorn.
you're a Capricorn.
Yes.
She's a Capricorn.
Yes. I love a Capricorn.
I'm just gonna get some Campbell's soup sirloin
Oh
burger.
yeah, we literally saw her on with the
Pit Stop
with Bianca Del Rio, and she was like, you know, when you're sitting on your couch and watching TV with your Campbell's soup,
Your sirloin
and
burger.
then it's like, and they were like, what?
Yeah.
And she's like, you know, I love the sirloin burger, Campbell's soup. What can I say? And I was just like, can you imagine Alyssa Edwards like?
Literally
Going
everything
to the
she
kitchen.
says is funny.
Everything she says is funny.
Yeah.
Rigor mortis.
We need back rolls. We need to get another season of Dancing Queen.
I would do anything for another season.
What
of
the
Dancing
fuck
Queen.
happened there?
I don't know, but he's literally so good at being a dance teacher too, on top of it.
Right. And I loved when he came back for All Stars 3. He like broke that whole notion that he like had to be perfect, kind of.
Yeah.
He got in on the joke of himself.
Yeah.
And just like played the part so hilariously.
Yeah.
Annie, get your gun.
Annie.
And she's like, it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. And then, do you know what I think of every time I wake up in the morning?
What?
Dua.
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 It's iconic.
Yeah.
Truly, Alyssa Edwards, always and forever.
Yeah.
I love her.
I love her so much. I mean, it's so hard. One of my favorites is Naomi Smalls.
She's in my tops too.
I love her.
Yeah.
She reminds
I
me
love
of like
Simone.
Yeah. I mean,
I love Simone.
Simone is like insane. I would actually like to see more of Simone.
Yeah.
Cuz like
Yeah.
I don't feel like I got enough.
I could use more Simone.
Yeah.
We could see Simone on like an all-winner season.
I would love to.
Yeah, we could use more. That third spot is gonna be really hard for me.
I think Simone should have won that the Snatch Game episode.
I think that there was some in that season where they just like couldn't give it to her every episode because it was like getting to that point.
Yeah, it was. I said Naomi Smalls.
Mm-hmm.
I love Simone.
Yep.
I love Alyssa Edwards.
Always and forever.
I love Katya, like all
Yeah.
the ones you're saying.
Yep.
Who else do I love? Like, you know who I love actually?
Who?
I love Monique Hart.
I knew you were gonna say Mo Hart. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mo Hart, sorry.
Yeah.
That Butch Queen.
We met Mo Hart. Oh, that Butch Queen look?
Oh my god.
Wait, so we met Mo Hart at DragCon in like 2008, 17?
I think 17, I think.
And
I think we were all wasted.
I was drunk as a skunk.
Yeah.
I was literally like, it was at that point where I would like run into a bar to like shoot a Prosecco and then like grab an Uber.
Totally.
And be like, I have to pee
Professionals.
so bad all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember going up to her booth and you were like, oh, like Monique, I love you. And this is my wife. And she was like, wife? Get a divorce and marry me. And I was like, fair. Like she thought you were so hot.
Drag queens like think I'm hot sometimes.
That has happened. I have to tell you, this
like
is
when
true.
we go to drag shows, like the drag queens will look at me and be like,
yes.
Who does?
Who look? I guess you're the trade of the season.
Yeah,
bitch.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I love that.
I know. I was like, thank you. I think so too.
Oh, I think you are.
And you know who else we met?
Huh.
Aquaria, and she was so fucking nice.
Yeah, I was shocked.
She was super
Giovanni?
super nice. Yeah, I love Aquaria too.
Yeah, me too.
She's the Timothy Chalamet of drag.
Absolutely, yep. Mm-hmm.
And I mean that in just that, like, she came out, was great, solid,
charming, Twinkie,
adorable, can do it all.
Something with that Italy.
Do you think that Timothy Chalamet can sing and dance?
Yes, there's a video.
Oh my god.
Went from LaGuardia High School.
I feel like we need that as a nation.
He can like dance.
I think
like Ryan Gosling dance.
He could save us from AI if he started dancing and singing.
I think we would just like all just sing into a black hole and that would be it for humanity and the world.
Yeah.
And that's fine. If we all go that because Timothy Chalamet unlocked something by dancing.
I just had a really gay epiphany idea. That was a
gay
great
epiphany?
idea. They should remake She's the Man with like modern vibes with Timothy and Pauline Chalamet. They look exactly alike.
Do they have the same face?
Wouldn't that be?
I love
And,
that.
and if you guys haven't seen The Sex Lives of College Girls with Pauline Chalamet, who's Timothy's older sister, it's freaking great.
She is. I don't know how it's
She's
possible.
so funny
Jocelyn.
and charming.
She is funnier and more charming than he is somehow.
I mean, he had to pick it up from somebody. She's
crazy.
So this part that she plays of this character is she plays it's kind of like a nuanced thing.
Yeah.
Whereas like she's such an idiot.
She's basically
so
the girl
silly.
at this like elite liberal arts college.
Yeah.
Like in this foursome group of girls. She's the one that's like there on scholarship.
Right. And she's like from a place where she's like never heard of things.
Yeah. They like don't have email.
Right. And she's like just so funny about it.
Yeah. She's
and
precious.
And she's just so cute. Yeah. I would love to see that.
I don't know what's in their DNA, but they should sell
French.
it. Francais.
They both speak fluent French.
They're
which
so
is
charming.
just so cool.
They're like Lumiere and Cogsworth. Two Lumieres.
Two Lumieres. Yeah, exactly. I love that place. So yeah, I think
drag queens.
Yeah, Aquaria is the Timothy Chalamet of drag. Yeah, and how fun is drag one?
Drag one.
Drag one.
If I do remember correctly, we like showed up at the very end.
Yeah, which just sounds about right.
Yeah,
because we were like at brunch, probably on like a bottomless mimosa, and just like, how much is 30 more minutes?
We'll just wait.
We'll just walk through at the end.
Yeah,
you know what?
I don't want to wait.
It was the right way to go.
It was
because everybody had pretty much left. And we met that dog that was Instagram famous, and I can't remember which dog it is. It's like a red
it's
poodle.
like a New York dog. It's
yeah,
it's like one of the first ones.
We met some dogs, and we met some drag queens, and it was fucking great.
I bought a Vanjie t-shirt.
Oh yeah, that was right around the Vanjie time. Yeah, you guys, like when the Miss Vanjie thing went down, which is when Miss Vanjie was eliminated from the competition, and she just like she's the first to be eliminated.
Michelle,
and she literally just walks backwards.
Can you do it?
And she's just like wanted to have some sort of a catchphrase as she was sashaying away. And she just like, I think she blacked out. I think she was in a fugue state.
Yeah.
And she just started saying her name over and over.
She had an NDE.
A near-death experience.
Yeah.
She was just like, Vanjie.
Yeah.
Benji. Like, and
Wait,
it was so
Rue
scary.
and Michelle were like in disbelief.
No, and they kept bringing it up all season.
Yeah.
Like, this was the first episode, and like they keep bringing it up all season. And at some point, Michelle started doing it, and Rue goes, "Michelle, you better don't.
Michelle, you better don't.
You better stop."
You better stop.
I love those two together, the Giggle twins.
Yeah. I also love Evie Oddly from that season.
I love Evie Oddly too.
With her donkey dick.
I like. Oh, I know. Remember when she like tweeted out a picture of herself naked for peace?
It almost worked. Like did you look at it?
I can't.
Can you see it right now? It's in the room.
Yeah. I love that for her.
And I also have what she has.
Huge dick. Oh yeah.
And that.
Ehlers-Danlos syndrome.
Yeah, I have that.
Can you tell us what that is?
It's basically like, well, I think hers is more advanced than mine. It's like hypermobility, and there's like degrees of it.
It's a connective tissue disorder, I guess, right?
Yeah. So you have like really loose joints and
like tissue. It can, if you have like there's versions of it where it can affect your cardiac muscle.
Yeah. But and like your eyes. Because sometimes they can like fuck your eyes up,
But in some ways it comes out like really flexible joints and really stretchy skin.
But like Evie Oddly doing like all the crazy shit she does.
It's like, wow.
And then probably like having to do some sort of ice bath every night.
Yeah. And she has the type, I think, that's a little bit more aggressive where it's like a lot more pain. For you used to have a lot more pain until you started lifting weights, actually. It really does help. Like,
because it like keeps my stuff together.
Skeleton together. Just a meat suit.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Let me ask you a question about Drag Race that I don't think I've ever really asked you. But how do you feel? I think that like sometimes this person is a controversial character because some people really don't like them.
Oh my God, who is this guy?
But like I think they're also beloved. So what are your personal thoughts on Michelle Visage?
Oh.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
You know, I did notice like quite a noticeable shift in her critiques. I can't pinpoint what season, but I feel like I started noticing it in the UK when they started doing the UK series. I don't know if it has to do with like their compliance on TV or like the fact that they're on the BBC.
Yeah, they are in UK in general. They typically are a little bit when it comes to like competition shows.
Yeah, you don't win money.
It's less harsh.
Yeah, it's like for
vibes.
funsies.
Yeah, like I mean, we've all seen Bake Off. If you did a Bake Off in America, they'd be like, "Oh, I'm going to fucking kill that woman."
But you wouldn't be allowed to like have knives around,
right?
But so I think when I started watching those seasons, I noticed that her critiques were way less harsh. They were like way more constructive,
right?
As if she had been made aware of like learning disabilities or like any other types of like social, you know, uncomfortableness, neurodivergent people on the show. Like she became like a lot more constructive, I feel like.
I actually totally agree with you. I think in earlier seasons, and like of course because we watch it all day. I mean, I watch it from the Merle Ginsburg seasons and the Santinos.
They're like 6 people judging,
and they're
like
literally
Lisa
like,
Rinna's
you
judging.
look like shit.
Yeah.
And you know what? They did.
No, but it was like so much more drag was that. It was like so much more drag.
More like slapdash punk.
It was
rock.
more ballroom.
Yeah.
Like Rue talks so much more on those first seasons.
Right. It's so true.
Yeah.
But then Michelle, when she first comes in, I'm telling you, like it goes into my theory that like we've all been socialized as a culture, as a people, by reality TV and reality TV
I get what you're saying.
Competitions in general, because I think like when you watch like earlier seasons of like whatever, you're like,
America's Next Top Model.
Fucking exactly. This is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like we would never do this to people now.
Yeah.
And I think how people came on as just like the people of America, like not famous people, and like everyone's reaction to them and how they behaved, it made us question how we behave. And it really, I think it like has a lot to do with like where we are as far as like socializing each other and sensitivities.
It's so crazy like how progress happens. Like it's so like complex and like double, triple, quadruple pronged progress. Like we collapse on ourselves and repeat the same mistakes over and over again. At the same time, we've never been so technologically advanced
and socially advanced. It's like kind of crazy. It's like a very weird dichotomy for like, especially right now too, with like the drag ban in Tennessee and like you know, it's
Just like
horrific.
anti-trans legislation
Yes,
all over the
exactly.
country.
Like, for that to be happening at the same time as some things that are like the first ever drag queen on Broadway, Jinx Monsoon.
Or like, yeah.
She literally in Chicago had the highest grossing numbers in its 16-year run on Broadway.
That's fucking amazing.
So like
it like
that is
reinvigorated
happening
the show.
at the same time, and you're just sort of like,
Because
there's obviously so many people going to see this because they love it.
What is happening in like these state offices or whatever, governments, is not reflective of what the majority of people want.
It's not the will of the people at all.
No.
And it shows you like there's this group of people that are
shills.
Like, yeah, and
they're like, literally funded by corporations.
Totally. And like, and you just see like how you know society is progressing, and like they're just like grasping at straws.
They're trying so hard to hold back the wheels of progress.
Yep.
It's scary. It terrifies the shit out of them. Like the second the Civil Rights Act passed, that's like everything went to shit.
Yep.
Like they were like, holy fuck, we need to like arm ourselves against these progressives.
Yeah. Progress is scary to these people because they got a bottom line.
Yeah, and they're power hungry, and their hierarchical systems are falling.
And if you look at it in the most basic level, it's obsessive compulsive resource guarding.
Yeah,
your machine is broken. Go get it fixed.
This is why like Succession is such a good show, is because it points out like how absolutely asinine like that the billionaire class is. Like the whole I can only call him Cameron, the older brother. What's his name?
The oldest one is Cameron from I
Ferris
can't
Bueller.
remember I can't remember Roy. What's his name? What's the oldest Roy brother?
Whatever, the oldest one. The one running for office.
Yeah.
It's like him spending $100 million to get 1% to keep 1% for like the presidency.
Basically,
$100 million, and it's the way 1%. They talk about it. It's so like flippant, and like the way they talk about like $500 million in whatever deal that like is meaningless. And like,
here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about being a person. Or it's like these are rules that are like hard and fast. It's like relativity, and people are people.
Yeah.
And like there's only so many things that like as a meat computer we are programmed to do animalistically, and then like, you know, nurture whatever.
Yeah.
And like we're gonna keep doing the same shit.
Yeah.
And it's gonna feel the same even if you're in a different tax bracket. Like it's just like it's like relativity. Like $100 becomes $100,000, and it's like you just adapt. That's kind of like the problem, I think, like with, you know, just humans in general. We're so adaptable in a way that like we can stray so far from God's
it's like our biggest survival mechanism is adapting.
Exactly. And like billionaires actually adapt to being billionaires.
Yeah.
No, this is not a
psychologically,
good thing. Exactly. This is not a good. This is studies that has been done.
Yeah.
This is not a good thing. They adapt, and in order to maintain this resource that they are now guarding animalistically, they justify all like this like crimes against the rest of humanity.
Right.
Because they're protecting,
tell themselves that they earned it.
Exactly. And they literally, their brain chemicals change.
Yeah.
Like how it works in their brain, like they literally don't see it as wrong.
And their entire perception of humanity in general is different.
Because it's just such a power difference. The dynamic
because they don't experience the same kind of stuff as we do.
Right.
It's like a completely different experience.
It really seems obvious to me that like certain people, once they're in the state that they're in, I don't know how many people it is. For me, this is not how I operate at all, so I don't know. Like, they forget where they've come from.
Yeah.
Or, like, on the most basic level of the point that I'm trying to make, it's like when parents don't remember being children and don't consider, like, how, at that age, how they felt and how they would want to be treated. Like, whenever I, like, meet my friends' kids or people say, oh, 11, oh, my God, I remember being 11.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my God, like, this was happening, like... And when I'm like, yeah, like I can understand like maybe what they're going through, or like I try and like empathize with people, like, and because I remember what it was like.
I think that it's like really conditioned out of people.
Can't do that. They don't think, they literally aren't able to think about what
It's
they're
like conditioned
anything
out
but
of
their
them.
current state that they're in.
It's, I mean, I feel like a lot of people are in a constant state of like shock or flight or flight,
Do you think that
fight or
people are just
flight
sort of
because
like
of the circumstances of the
being
world.
pushed through life?
I think a majority of the population in America, because I don't know what it's like in countries with different setups,
Right.
but like I think a lot of people in America are like their buttholes are tight all the time.
I mean, yeah, I think a lot of us, the body is keeping score
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
really, it's hard out here for a pimp.
You're basically hyper vigilant all the time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like you're always, they keep you on your toes in this country.
Yeah.
If it's not like your health insurance, it's some
It's
sort of thing
something
with your
else.
car insurance.
And you have
it's
to
some
be
sort
such a
of bill.
defensive
It's
person.
yeah, it's some sort of
because-
litigation, the IRS. It's some shit all the
Right,
time.
you have to be so defensive, like everything is always coming for you.
Yeah.
And you're so right from every angle. And like sometimes I even can tell that from the way like even with like customer service stuff, like with the way
Yeah.
people will approach like emailing us before they realize, oh no, I'm like a real person, I will respond to you.
Yeah,
They're so used to just like having like a big retailer or the system
right, or being duped.
or whatever, just being duped. No one cares about me, and
Yeah.
then like feeling like they have to really like harshly advocate for themselves before
Anything happens.
they
Yeah.
even, and like I'll literally be like, this my candle arrived broken, and
Yeah.
they get all worked up, and like of course I'm like, no worries, I'll send you another one. And they're like, oh my god, thank you so
Yeah.
much, like what a relief that you're a real person.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm just like, I get that, because how many times has it been like something that's just like big, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's so much worse with like bigger corporations. Like West Elm is the worst.
Oh my god, have you ever tried to get customer service from like any one of those places?
No, like
Urban
yeah.
Outfitters, all of it. It's a nightmare. They don't give a shit.
No, and like Logan Roy says, we're all economic units.
Economic units. The billionaire class literally thinks of people as an economic
Like
unit.
they're literally playing Monopoly, and we're like little things on the board.
Right. So what do you that's what drag is, guys.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say like we're banning drag at the same time. Like we're watching the show on Netflix called Emergency NYC. What we
Oh my
love like
God,
these medical
I love
shows.
medical
And
stuff.
there's like a brain surgeon cutting out a blood clot of this girl's head. We're
Yes.
doing that with like
Successfully.
laparoscopically with
Yeah.
cameras and blah blah
Oh,
blah.
it's insane.
It's unbelievable that we can do these things.
technology.
The fact that they can even figure out that someone's kidney is not like producing enough potassium or whatever.
Yes.
Like
Everything.
it's crazy.
So like when you watch these shows and these like high stakes medical things and like these neurosurgeons and their ability to just like do it, and like all of the science and studies
Yeah.
and experiments and things that they've had to
and
go
like
through
precaution.
to get to the point where they know.
Meanwhile, you can't wear a dress on stage.
Right. Like
You're
how is
literally
that this
legislating against clothing.
clothing?
That's some fucking
It's-
Nazi
it's
shit, y'all.
Literally, yes, it is. Look it up.
Yep.
It's scary.
This is
you
how it
guys.
starts.
This is it's
And you know what I
literally math. It's
we're-
literally how it works.
We're watching well, what was on right now is the season with Kylie
Kylie
Sonique.
Sonique Love, yeah.
And it made me think of like how anti-trans anything in and of itself, it's awful. It's like inhumane.
Absolutely.
Like another sub point of that is like think about how misogynistic it is.
Yep.
Like any act against a trans woman is an act against women,
And that's exactly right.
right? So like all
That's
you cis
exactly
women out there,
fucking right.
please take that on, because
Like they're basically demonizing femininity.
they're demonizing
They're making it against the law. It's
They're
against
demonizing women's
Women.
clothing.
exactly.
And they like to parade it around as like, oh, we're backing women because like this shouldn't be done. But also like banning drag shows inherently implies that like they can only see women sexually.
Yeah. That's also true. It's not objective.
Yeah.
And like the feeling that you can make laws against these kinds of things, or like men dressing as women,
Right.
whatever, trans people, all of that, it's just straight up misogyny at the end of the day.
And like if say there is an attack, someone can attack a cis woman thinking that this could happen to me.
sure,
It's something that occurs to me.
Oh, yeah,
I literally am
people
like
have-
alert when I go into a public
people
restroom.
have said things to you that are very sketch before.
Of course, like, and I look out for my safety in public because, especially now,
Right,
because I know I can appear a certain way,
right.
and like any act of violence against a trans woman is against a woman.
Yep.
So like,
Yep.
it's bullshit.
Yep. 100%.
There's like bans of like trans women being in bathrooms in Kentucky or Kansas.
Okay.
One of those. But they don't ban men from being in there.
You know? Exactly.
It's like insane.
Exactly. It really is. I honestly, Alaina, like I don't even know what to say about it. Like it's truly just like it's
Enraging?
It's enraging, and the reason that they're doing it, it's just a bunch of bullshit. They don't actually fucking care.
I showed you this comic this morning that was a picture of this like industrialist looking guy, banker type guy in his high rise office in his chair, like with people protesting outside like Occupy Wall Street.
Right.
And he's on the phone and it says, introduce them to some identity politics.
You took the word. I was just gonna bring up identity politics.
Yeah. Yep.
You guys, it has been put upon us by the media to create infighting so that they can use us to do things to keep us distracted while they take all the resources from everybody.
And then people like drag queens and advocates have to put out these fires that are legitimate fires.
Oh, they have to be put out.
Like the house is on fire here.
Yes.
Meanwhile, there's an army taking it down.
Yeah. It's almost like they're trying to pull a Home Alone on us.
Oh.
And we have to like keep getting out of these booby
traps.
traps.
Yeah.
In this thing, we're not the bad guys though.
It's like Saw.
Yeah. It's so true. It's like they're literally doing things that people have to then put their time and resources in.
Yeah.
To reverse, to stop, to protect people's lives.
Yeah.
That like now we have to direct our fucking energy at dealing with this fucking shit.
Yeah.
So that we can't progress any further. And it's just
it distracts people from learning the truth about how the world actually operates. Mm-hmm. And it's been this since the beginning of humanity. Mm-hmm. And it's the bourgeoisie against the working class all day, every day.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And
I think it's so interesting too. Like, I find it really interesting that in talking about Drag Race, which is like my comfort show.
Yeah.
But I think it is my comfort show because it so seamlessly ties into the state of the world right now. Like, talk about pop culture being a mirror, being an amplifier for like what's going on.
Yeah.
And it really is like a 1-to-1 ratio, like where you can like see what's going on in the world by what's going on with this art form.
You can track like progress just in the contestants and like how they've been able to develop in later seasons or like how it's crazy. You'll see it in this current season. They'll be like, it's 2023 and Anitra's parents still don't talk, or mom still doesn't talk to her.
Right.
And it's like, we've come this far,
but we're still so
seeing it. But like at the same time, there is so much more progress in like the beginner seasons.
And that's not just the makeup skills, honey.
Right.
Because they are way better.
Orange.
But truly. Oh, look how orange you fucking look, girl. I think that's like, but the part that I like about Drag Race too, besides all of that it points out and the humanity, and they get so much closer, and like the support and the sisterhood is there. Mm-hmm. So all of that, like this show doesn't gaslight me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of shows do.
As far as what the reality of the world is.
Yeah, that's so true.
This show, I appreciate it because I feel seen by it.
Yeah.
Because it's real.
Yeah. It's people's real stories. Because it's people living authentically. So it's going to be real inherently.
And so it makes me just feel like, oh, you too?
Yeah.
I feel seen, and it makes me feel, I just don't feel gaslit.
Do you know what it is too? It's like, it's a level of people living so authentically that we can go past all of the pretense and bullshit and get to like another level of humor with each other and like irreverence. That we're all on this plane of like looking back and thinking everything is a joke together.
Yep.
And it's so fun to be there. Like once you get there and see like everything that it's about, you get to another level of like funny and fun. Do you know what I'm saying?
It does help. It's like kind of, it's a healthy it's a coping mechanism to like find like the humor and like the
Absurdity.
preposterousness. Yes, exactly. And like using this art form to point all that out, and like then when the part that it does make you feel good is that you're like, oh, I am not alone.
Yeah.
Here we all are. We all see this. Like, we can make these jokes with each other because we get it. And it's us, our way of communicating that we see each other.
Yeah.
By using this type of humor and this coping mechanism. Totally. It's actually like, it's bonding. It's like healthy.
It like brings a tear to my eye.
Yeah.
And they help me so much. Like, just the advice that they have, like,
really good perspective.
It really does help my mental health.
And it's so truly wonderful to just see such a fucking diverse group of people come together,
also that,
and become a family. It's just amazing. Wait, so I feel like we've delved into a lot of like how much it kind of like affects our lives and who our favorites are. I think to kind of like close off this question, I would love for you to tell me like your favorite Drag Race moments.
Okay,
like
well,
you're screaming, like mine would be the same as yours.
You know, this most recent Anitra Marsha lip sync absolutely changed me.
On the current
season. As a person.
Is amazing. We rewatched it 8,000 times. First of all, they're both incredible.
Yeah, it's not just, they're both amazing. Like,
but I do have to say, Anitra, for me, I really love Anitra.
Anitra's my son. I call him my son.
He's so cute. The mix of like this like martial arts voguing is so fucking rad, and it's like very unique.
The taekwondo.
We found out he was like an Olympic hopeful.
Yeah.
And like the talent is
the last dragon of it all.
When Anitra jump rolled
Free
over
Willy.
Marsha, I screamed.
Oh my god.
So loud.
Absolutely deceased.
Like there's no other show that I'm watching that has me going like, oh my
like, it's like the Super Bowl every episode.
Like the athleticism, you guys. Like these people are so talented. It's unbelievable.
Like I go to our gym and I like dance around and I try to do a hair of a turn, and I'm like twisting my ankle.
Be careful.
I can't believe the shit that these people do.
In heels with their dicks taped up their asses.
In a wig.
Not all of them, but yes.
Most.
Well, sometimes we got all kinds of
Sometimes
people.
it could be a little bit tighter.
We got cis women, we got trans, we got everybody.
I love that.
Me too. Victoria Scone, what a great moment.
Victoria Scone. Which I really did want her to host Bake Off. Although I am very happy with the new host of Bake Off.
Yes.
Which I can't remember her name.
Me neither, but
she's a UK beloved newswoman.
Yes.
Angie something? I forget.
I don't know, but
look it up.
It'll be great. Yeah.
And then the Anitra talent show moment.
I know.
I'm not saying old stuff because that stuff really like I've watched them over and over again.
Yeah.
When she kicked that board, Jocelyn.
I know.
Anyway, what's yours?
Those are some of my top twos. There's some of my favorite lip sync moments. One I can think of is the Carmen Carrera.
Yeah.
This is early on. Was it Raja and Carmen Carrera? That was like
it straight up?
Straight up. Carmen gets
they get like naked.
It's like unbelievable.
I mean, at the time.
Latrice Royale singing "You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman" while in pregnancy drag.
Amazing.
For some reason, it made me feel like a natural woman. I don't know. It was I found it to be, as a woman.
Yeah.
I found it to be so respectful.
It was moving.
I found it to be an ode to mothers. I literally was like, this is beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know what
love
to tell you.
Latrice.
I know.
How about, you know what I love randomly? That Dieter Ritz lip sync.
Yes, will be.
I love that one.
Yeah, she's
with
got
the wig.
It. She came alive.
Love that one.
There's been some moments too that I've like absolutely lost my mind. Like I think about Laganja Estranja doing like a fucking split flip twist that you're just like, well, Jesus. Isn't she Alyssa's daughter?
Yeah.
From the house of Edwards?
Yes.
Always and forever.
Always and forever. You know what though? I think the world changed when Sasha Velour took that wig off and those rose petals fell out.
It was, what did we describe it as last night? We were actually just talking about this.
It was earth-shattering.
It was something different.
Yeah.
For the spring and summer.
We had never seen her lip sync before.
And it was like an art performance.
Yeah, she was like, I'm gonna play this as Fatal Attraction.
Right.
You're like, okay.
I know. She really like she committed so hard,
Yeah.
and it just like really worked.
God.
It really just worked.
I think that was the first time in like that show's history where we were all just like collectively so gooped by a reveal.
Didn't know she had it in her.
We didn't know. We didn't have like reveals like that.
No.
Like we had a wig reveal from Roxy Andrews,
which throw some respect on Roxy Andrews' name.
Yeah, throw some respect on Roxy Andrews' name. She's here to make it clear.
Yeah.
If you don't know every word to Read You Wrote You.
Read You Wrote You is the best cast song.
If you don't know every word to that song, are you even gay?
Read You Wrote You is the best cast song.
Hands down.
What is the most impressive, and I know what you're going to say, the most impressive RuPaul song to know all the words to? Is...
I Know You Gotta Work.
Yep.
Boom, chicka boom.
It's so hard. We tried to.
I can do the first verse.
Can you?
Yes. Taking applications to Belle du Jour. It's about Molly. RuPaul's my favorite recording artist.
There was one time where we like tried to do it, and it's actually like a hard rap. I was surprised
RuPaul's my favorite rapper.
Hard it is. RuPaul's my favorite recording artist.
Yeah, and rapper.
And I had to realize that and say
accept it.
And accept because I literally
because Spotify made me.
I was looking at my Spotify Wrapped, and they were like, "Listen, you fucking music ass bitch.
Yeah.
You're only listening to RuPaul Charles.
It's like you listened to Catwalk for 10 million hours.
Skeletal Kai remix.
Yeah.
I love that song. Whenever the realness starts to play,
yeah.
You know what you feel, feelings are real. I become a different person. When I just like thought of it, like all my spinal fluid just started like flowing through my brain.
It really gets you going.
I feel well now.
Oh, I love RuPaul music.
I just love it too. I love everything about it. This was such a great question.
Yeah.
And I could probably do an entire podcast on just RuPaul's Drag Race, so that was very fun, and thank you for writing in.
Yeah. Well, can I give a shout out to my fellow queens that are cancers?
Oh, please.
Okay, we got Anitra.
Yes.
We got Mistress.
Ooh.
I think we got Sasha Velour.
Ooh.
We got Bob the Drag Queen. Bianca Del Rio.
Mm-hmm. That's a strong...
Anyone else you can think of that I'm missing?
Is Kylie a Cancer?
Oh, she might be.
She gives me Cancer vibes.
But, like, we have a vibe.
Yes. You guys there's a lot of Cancer drag queens.
Yeah.
Should we do the Capricorn rundown?
Yes.
Alyssa Edwards. Silky Nutmeg Ganache.
Raja O'Hara.
Simone.
When I realized that Simone was a Capricorn, I was like, I have like a crush on her.
I like also had a crush on her.
Yeah. Out of Drag 2, I thought he was so cute.
So gorgeous. This skin sheen.
Reggie.
And how about when they'd be like, what are you using? They're like, baby oil. And they're like, fuck you.
Yeah. It's so cute.
Well, on that note, we'll be back next week with a campfire. Write in your catch-up questions, topics to podcast@bijoucandles.com.
Like and subscribe.
Please like, subscribe. Please give us 5 stars and write reviews and all those good things. And share with all your friends and family. It really, really helps us when you do that. And we can't wait to see you next week.
Thanks, Candle Coven.
Bye, Candle
I love you.